Yes, there's some background noise going on right here. I got the WeCreat Vision Pro 45 behind me, running right now, making some custom stainless steel bottle openers for some professional bartenders. And I'll get into detail on how we're doing that. I'll kind of show you how I get this set up. And maybe by the time I show you that, this will be done running and it'll be quieter in here. Okay, here we are in the WeCreat software, and I'm making some, as I mentioned, I'm making some custom bottle openers for some bartenders. So what you see in the background there is just a piece of MDF that I lay in there so I could better see what I'm doing. It's hard to see this with the silver on the black. So the first thing I have here, I got to get these repositioned. I've already done the other side of this bottle opener. I just need to bring my graphics up here and get them set. And we move this over just a hair. Okay, what I'm doing here for settings, this is these are stainless steel, 1mm thick. So for the letters here, I'm doing a fill engrave, and I'm using 78% power at 10 millimeters per second. And when you're in here, if you kind of scroll down, gives you kind of a sample thing there of what you can go by. And I went with their suggestion here of 10 millimeters per second and 78% power. Looked like it gave me the best look. Now for this one here, this is a line engrave, and before I ignored that because I did it in two separate things. So my power here is 33% at 10% or 10 millimeters per second one pass, and it comes out pretty good. So we're going to keep that as it is. So what I need to do here now is I need to refresh this to make sure I'm where I'm supposed to be. I am, so I'll hit autofocus. Let it do its thing here. I also found when I was trying to autofocus with this stainless steel bottle opener on that black grid background, it had a hard time focusing. It would often miss it completely. So by just laying a piece of MDF in there, it put everything out where it needed to be. All I need to do now is hit start. To bring up my preview, it's going to take 16 minutes and 31 seconds. Well, I do not see one of my graphics, so I've got to go back here and make sure. Yep, now that's in my preview, so I'll just hit send. It's going to take 25 minutes to engrave this. Hit send. And of course, I have to push the button on the front, which I just turned around and did. And this will keep you all updated on the status of it. As you can probably hear, this is not the most quiet thing in the world, but I'm up here where it's not going to bother anybody. Okay, while that's running, I'm designing another one, and I've got it over. I'm doing this in Lightburn because I can't design and WeCreat while it's running. So I just open up Lightburn here, and then I'll just export this as an SVG. I'll show you how I'm going to do that. So I got my text set here, what I needed, and my graphic over here, and this is going to be a fill, and this is going to be a line engrave, and I have already, I think I grouped this. Yes, I did. So now all I need to do is go up here to File, and Export, and then I can bring that into the WeCreat software once this opener is finished. So you don't have to design within the WeCreat. I could have also done this in Inkscape, but I am so familiar with Lightburn. I do everything in here so fast, so we use Lightburn. Much quieter in here now. This one here is done running, and see there's for a person named JJ. Got the same thing on both sides. Professional bartender. I've got another one I need to do here yet. I'll get on here. I'll show you how I get that set up. So somebody may ask, since you see two WeCreat lasers behind me, that's the WeCreat Vision 20 and this is the 45W Pro. Can you run both of them at the same time? Well, sure I can, but not off of the same computer. You cannot have the same instance of this software open more than once on any given computer. Believe me, I've tried. It's not like Lightburn where you can open it 5, 6, 7 times and run a bunch of different lasers off the same laptop. It doesn't work with these. Only one at a time, and while one of these is processing a project, you can't go in and design another project without possibly interrupting the project that's going on. This is kind of a little disadvantage thing there, but not a big deal. I design in other things anyway, usually in Inkscape or actually Lightburn or sometimes in Fusion 360, depending what I'm doing. So I'll get this set up here. We'll get it going for the next bottle opener. Okay, so I'm done processing with this one here. So that's complete. Now get ready for my second one. I've already laid the opener in the inside the laser on this piece of MDF just so I can see it better. So now I'm going to do a refresh here on the, so it takes a picture of it. Okay, so obviously I don't need these here anymore. I could save those, but I'm not going to. I have those saved as separate graphic files. So now I need to bring in my other over here. And once you import on a image, it sometimes takes a few seconds for it to actually appear, especially if this is stored on our server, not on this computer. It'll pop up here any second. And there it is. I'll just move it over. I gotta do some resizing here, I see. I can change my width up here. I'll play around with this a little bit. Get my other graphic and kind of drag it over here where I want it to be. And that should work out just fine. So now, what am I going to use for settings here? Well, for this one here, we're doing line engrave. And 33% power, 10 millimeters per second. That's all good. This one here, we're doing fill. And here I know I need to change my power to, I think it was 78, yep. And my speed down to 10. This will be the darkest look. Back here, double check everything again. Just make sure that's a line engrave. It's a fill engrave. All looking good. Up here in autofocus. Everything looks good there. Hit start. Preview what I'm going to be getting. It's going to take 53 minutes and 31 seconds to engrave that one. That one's going to take a while. I'll hit send. Then of course I have to hit the button on the front of the laser. So I'll reach around here and do. And very shortly it'll get loud in here again. And we will let this run, and then I'll need to do the other side of it. I know somebody's going to ask, you know, where do you get these bottle openers? You get them on Amazon. Yeah, just stainless steel bottle openers. They're real common. You can also get them coated for sublimation if you're doing sublimation. These are not coated or anything. And I'm not using any marking spray on them or anything. It's just using the settings they're giving me here in the software to kind of get an idea of what I want to do. And I did a little practice on one of them little dollar store stainless steel scrapers so I get an idea of how I wanted it to look before I actually went to actually using the bottle openers. So now get to the other one. Okay, I got one side done right here. So all I need to do now is flip this over to the other side. We'll be following the same procedure that I did when I did this side, obviously. Getting it in there and getting everything lined up on it, and then just do the focus and hit start. Something about this particular laser is, if you're not familiar with using lasers or you're new to this, the WeCreat lasers are some of the easiest ones there is to work with for the first time. You don't need to learn Lightburn or Laser Gerbil or anything else. The WeCreat software is what they call what you see is what you get. Very, very simple to use. There's a lot of recommended settings that are already built into it, so it's kind of hard to screw something up. Not that you can't, we've all done it, but it's kind of a foolproof thing. So let me get this here set up, and like I said, this side turned out perfect. I got another one to design yet. Whether or not I'll show all of the, actually I got more than one more to design, so I probably won't show them all. But this is using stainless steel bottle openers for professional bartenders, just like so. Get them on Amazon, nothing special about them. They're not coated or anything. I'm not using any laser marking spray. I could, but These are marking up really nice and dark. I don't think I need to add anything to it. So with that said, I'm going to get the next one going here and get the other side of this going. Okay, I'm going to go over this once again for anybody that's completely new to this. Like I said, it's what you see is what you get. So this one is done. I need to refresh. I laid the opener in there, flipped over. So we'll see where it ends up. And of course it's off just a little bit, not a big deal. So I can take my graphics, just take the mouse and move it down where it belongs. Well, I screwed that up. That's what Control Z is for. Should have grouped that. At any rate, we'll select the whole thing. Now we can move it. And I moved my letters too. Not a big deal. I can change that. Okay, get everything back where we need it to be. We'll hit autofocus up here. Okay, my settings should not have changed, but I'm going to double check them anyway. So they're still at 78% power, 10% or 10 millimeters per second on speed for the fill engrave. And for my line engrave, we have 33% power, 10 millimeters per second. That all came out really good on the last one, so we're going to keep that as it is. So all I need to do is hit start. Again, it'll be 53 minutes. I'll send that, and I'll push a button in the front, and away we go. And this will pop back up, and it'll show you, say, processing, and it'll give you your time and everything. And of course, we don't need to sit through all this, but just so you know. So back to these bottle openers here. Oh, that was upside down. So here's one here. This is for a person named Chris. This one here is for a person named Katrina. Kind of hold these up side by side. Each one has a different graphic on it, and I have to mess with the sizes of the fonts to be able to fit it onto the bottle openers. But what started out as just kind of doing a little gift favor to thing is actually turned into a business, because now there's a club that wants one for every one of their members, and they want every one of them personalized. So there's going to be like 50 of them to make. So that's a pretty good little piece of work there to do. And I'm doing here on the WeCreat 45, or the WeCreat Vision Pro 45W right there. Yeah, it works fine. This is very easy to do, and I could set up a row of them in there if I wish, you know, and side by side and up and down, and do several of them at a time. And because it's what you see, it's what you get, I could place the different graphics on every one of them, and I know that's where it's going to be. You know, the factory settings that come with this are actually pretty good. Did need to make a few adjustments, but just a minor thing. Okay, so if you're just getting started on this and you don't want to go out and pop the money for some bottle openers here that may not work well the first time you try it, go to your local Dollar Tree and get one of these scrapers. They're $1.25. They're stainless steel, and they will warp because they're so thin. But it's a good thing. As you can see, I've done experimenting on this. I even did some in color here with a cupcake to make part of it blue. But it's a quick, cheap thing to do testing with. And once you get your settings down and get your etchings like you want it, and as black as you want it, or in color, or whatever you want to do, then you can go to the bottle openers. Okay, where do I get the bottle openers? I will put a link in the description. I get them on Amazon. I buy them in bulk. They're not really that expensive. I think roughly they're $1 a piece, and you can easily get $5 a piece out of them, and in some cases $10, depending on how much graphics design you need to do. But these are, yeah, good little money maker right here. So I'll also put a link in the description on the WeCreat Vision Pro 45W. It's 45 watt. It's again, it's what you see is what you get. If you're just getting into a laser and you're not real sure about it, or you know, you don't know how to operate things like that, this is one of the very best entry-level things there is, because it's literally what you see is what you get. So if you, as you saw earlier in the video, when I placed my graphics there, I can move them around any place I wanted to. Change my text, I can change the size, I can do whatever. Place it right on the material. That's where it's going to be. It will autofocus. You won't have to mess around with focusing or anything. So that is, it's really nice. This is the WeCreat Vision 45 Pro, and this is the WeCreat Vision 20 watt over here behind me. A little bit older one, but both of them work perfect, no problem. So if you got anything out of this, appreciate getting the thumbs up, always helps the channel. Roger, in the loft above the shop. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.